Okay, we are here with Mr. and Mrs. Fridkin from US. First question, how you discovered Liguria and then Alassio?
Well, the U.S. Navy sent me over here in 1968, and I didn't discover Alassio, but I did go to Rapallo, Genoa, La Spezia, and many years later we came back. I brought my wife, and we were hungry. We left Genoa, and we were going to Sanremo for the night, and we stopped for lunch in Alassio at Palma. And we fell in love with the city. And that was 1983. And we've been coming back every year since. Well, not every year, but now we come twice a year. Very special place.
And you describe in your book also in some part of the year, some season of the year, Alassio. And I found that you talk also about the winter, Alassio in winter.
Yes.
So that's different from Alassio in summer, that's empty of
yes.
people.
We have not been to Alassio in the summer. We don't want to come here then. But in the winter, on this trip, we're here for Cinque Settimana. We missed 4 snowstorms at home. And
Not so lucky.
in my house, I have a snowblower. And sometimes we have 6-8 inches of snow or more. And it's a beautiful place. We love it too, but it's nice to escape winter. Many people in America go to Florida, Arizona to get warmer weather, but I like the people and the culture here better.
And is there some place maybe in USA that is similar or has something in common with our lands here?
Well, I think over the years we began to understand a little bit of what makes Liguria special. In our home, there are many people in our home territory. There are many people with Italian heritage, but most are from the south, from Campania, Puglia, Calabria. And those are beautiful places. We've been there. We've been all over Italy. But for some reason, this sings to us. There's a combination. I was in the Navy for 25 years. I love being close to the ocean. And Liguria would not be Liguria without the ocean.
Yeah. And about Italy, if you remember the first place where you have been in Italy, if it was Liguria or not?
Rapallo.
Rapallo, the first place.
Sure.
Ah, okay, okay. And sorry.
My ship was a big ship. It was a tanker, and we had to anchor out and take small boats to go into the shore. And we began to have a feeling for the landscape, for the history. And my father was a musician, a violinist, so I love music and opera, and even the popular music of Italy. I think it was better in the 60s and the 70s. I love the festival of Sanremo, at least the old days. Not so much today. But I think that's a danger for my generation. We always think things were better before, but in Alassio they're still good.
Okay. And comparing your country to our country, what are the main differences you found?
Well, we have incompetent politicians in both. I think there's more of a sense of artistry here. When I grew up, I was born in Brooklyn. I remember my neighborhood going to a store to buy food, not going to the big supermarkets or big stores. And there's that feeling here that you still have small stores with husband and wife or 2 people, and they go every day for food. The restaurants are smaller. It's just more personal. We have too many big stores, the Walmarts, the Amazons, and so on, and you're just a a number in those type of businesses. Here, you go to the same place for a loaf of bread, to buy fish, to buy vegetables, and after the second or third time, you have a relationship with that merchant.
Yeah. Maybe something that in a big city like Boston you don't have every day. You don't have the routine.
True.
And about Alassio and the lands all over here, do you think in your here in the years it's better from when you get here the first time, or is improved?
Everything changes. I mean, some things are better, some are worse. Alassio is a resort, and there are thousands of resorts all over the world, and people earn their living. For people who come on vacation for a short time, I think the real test is when people want to come back. If you go to a place once and you have a good time and you want to go somewhere else, that's one kind of spirit. But when a place brings you back, it has depth, it has character.
So what brings you back?
The people.
The people here.
I trust the people here. I don't feel someone is taking advantage of me, that someone views me just as a paycheck. I think people reach out, they want to know you as a person, and that's special.
Yeah, so you can easily knew more people, talk to more people. Maybe you don't have the same chance, like we said before, in a big city.
Even with the language barrier, you still can sense that people care about you as a person, and that's important.
So you talk in English with the people, but you understand
Well, a few
can
words.
read menus.
To be able to say, grazie and buongiorno, and people understand when you look at them that you care about them. And it goes both ways. If I don't care about the maid, if I don't care about the hotel keeper, the restaurateur, then they don't care about me.
There's no change.
Right.
We had a situation in Albisolo a few days ago. We went for a meal. It was a Monday, and Mondays many places were closed. So this one restaurant was open and it was full, and things were not working quite well. And it took almost an hour for us to get our main course for the meal. And we were upset about it, but the owner came over to us and apologized.
Oh.
And I took a deep breath and I understood. And I said, look, I know you care about the food. The food comes from your heart. All right, so it wasn't perfect today, but we'll come back. And there was just a bond from that, that you have to put yourself in the other person's position. And it's not that, I don't feel that people owe me anything. I want to give them something and they want to give me something. So, you have something very special here. And I think sometimes when someone is a stranger, they can appreciate something from a little distance. I can never become an Alassini. I would like to, even if I studied language 24 hours a day, I would still be from somewhere else. So I accept that. But I can give something to Alassio because I care about it, and I like this too. So we need you, and I think you need us. And we try to bring friends to Alassio. Not everyone. I don't want Alassio to become Cinque Terre with all the tourists with the cameras, and they come for a day, they take all the pictures, the selfies, and they leave. This is a place you come back to and you appreciate it because it has substance.
So, coming back to your book, what is the function of why do you wrote this book?
To some extent, to help myself understand why this place is special. when you hear a beautiful piece of music, Puccini, Fabrizio De André, whatever, it's in you in a way that all the other music isn't. You know when something is special. And if you're a painter, you may make a picture of it. If you're a photographer, you make a picture. A writer, you try to write something to help someone else feel that. There's a lot in the book that is not about Alassio, but in a way I think that sort of frames it. That I still can't fully put in words why this place is special, but I know it is. And so I keep trying, and I keep trying to bring some of my friends here, and some of them will never come. And some will come, and they won't feel it the same way we do. But, you know, that's life.
It's something personal with
Yes.
you feel.
Yes.
And how about the title, A Ligurian Odyssey?
Well, of course, in history I studied Homer and all the history of the Mediterranean. And Odyssey is a journey. There are many people who are happy to stay home and go nowhere. And they're at peace with themselves, and that's okay. I don't criticize them. I'm a traveler. I always wanted to travel. And when you travel, you're trying to go somewhere. And many places you go through and you don't really see or understand them. For some reason, this is a place that is meaningful for us. So I keep on trying to understand why. A little bit that is simple.
You are something like Odysseus from Boston, not from Greece, but from Boston.
Right.
Cosa...
Noi possiamo chiedere come è stato il rapporto con le altre persone qui ad Alassio, come si è trovato.
Okay. And you find easy to connect with other people here
Yes.
here in Italy in general and Liguria.
Sure.
There are good people everywhere, you know, and we've been in places like Morocco and Turkey, where very few people speak our language, and yet they're kind and they're good. They're bad people everywhere too, you know. But you know when people respect you and when they're interested in you. It's too late. I think one of the best things about Alassio is all the dogs.
For instance.
You know, it tells you something about the people if they care about animals.
You don't see all these dogs in your hometown.
Oh, we do.
We do, but not to that extent.
But I think the dogs have a better time.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Not only human beings, also
See.
Yeah.
also animals are good
Yes.
in us.
I wish you could interview Leo and Holly.
Holly.
Maybe one day with subtitles.
Yes.
You know, I much prefer the Moretto of the Cane to the Moretto of the people.
Yeah, it's
See.
more high, but
Yes.
But that tells you something about Alassio, that somebody cared enough to do that.
Yes.
you know Alassio better than me if you go to the wall of the dogs.
We're always discovering things about Alassio. So we're not tired of it.